He has like a little alien though.
So
he's got a little ET.
That motherfucker looks like ET. Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
it looks just like ET. So it's
But he's like,
who came
fossilized?
first? Steven Spielberg.
How old
Or
are these supposed
the
to be? Does it
They're
say?
supposed to be thousands of years old. They've been carbon dated already.
So then he does.
And
he
they,
has
they came through as being as old as it says.
That's what the university, the independent university of like Mexico, right? They stated that all they did was carbon date the specimens. They didn't test any DNA or anything. So like his claims about it being non-human DNA haven't been proven. However, it is sure that those specimens are over 1,000 years old.
And we know that it's
so
organic,
it is 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
But the DNA is unconfirmed because he said it was
They didn't
70%, 60,
It
70%
said 30%
human.
of the specimen's DNA was unknown.
Okay, yeah, 30 unknown.
Yeah, and that wasn't confirmed by the University of Mexico, which says they carbon dated it, but they didn't test the DNA.
Oh, they did X-rays on the bodies too. Interesting.
So this is the part I don't like.
The X-rays?
Yeah, look what he's got going on in there. Looks like he has two, like some weird kind of plated structure in his chest, and then almost like a spring-like thing going up and down his torso.
Yeah.
Or her. I don't know.
Weird.
Them.
They.
They.
Let's keep it politically correct here, Jay.
They were found in like Peruvian burial grounds, which basically like
Oh, but they made mummies.
yeah, exactly.
We know that they were making little mummies. They could have been kids or something.
Yeah, it could very well be a Peruvian mummy for all we know, which aligns with the date, the carbon dating. However, we don't know anything else. So like, there's
So let's say Steven Spielberg got his hands on this, and then he modeled ET after a photo that he saw.
Oh,
from
there
Peru.
You go. Yeah. There you go. That's interesting.
Maybe he saw some archaeological shit from Peru and was like,
hey,
"Oh,
this looks like an alien."
Yeah.
Who knows?
Did you ever do more research into what you had mentioned a couple episodes back about those random holes in Peru?
Not much. It was just called the Band of Holes in Peru, and I don't think the origin is unknown still.
Okay, so we just have a weird mystery.
But it was like the History Channel Ancient Aliens, where they got the dude with the long hair, and they're like, say the most craziest shit. They were like, a machine came down that was massive and took a huge sample across a mile of Earth, and I was like, yeah, dude, probably fucking did.
Yeah. Fucking high brain. You're like,
no, dude. People dig holes all the fucking time because that's all we have to do. You know?
Well, man, I remember growing up, and I was so fascinated with all the like weird stuff like farmers would find out in their crops, and they'd like have all the little like crop circles.
How do you feel about crop circles? Alyssa and I were just talking about those. And
okay, so I had some thoughts.
There's hoaxes,
number
but then
one, you could have someone go out there and do it themselves and be like, oh my God, look what happened. Or maybe like even it was like someone else doing it to them. Like, I'm going to go fuck with my neighbor, right? But some of them, I don't know. Like, could you say that every one of them can be discounted? That they're always doing it or someone else is always doing it to them? That almost doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. There must have been, what's like the ground zero? Like the first crop circle situation.
Producer, go.
Producer, we need something. Can you look up what was the first
earliest evidence of a crop circle? It's gonna be like
yes.
Mesopotamia or something. It's gonna be some like crazy
5,000 years ago.
I have no. Or it's gonna be like it was back in 1952. No, I really don't know.
See, if it is 1952, then I'm skeptical.
Okay, listen, I do have to say, I don't know about ancient aliens and all that, but I think modern times, if we're saying why all of a sudden have there been more alien sightings? Let's just, for argument's sake, that these sightings are not just people making things up and they're not just hallucinating or whatever, right? They're really seeing something, right?
Okay.
I started thinking about it and I was like, when did they start coming? Was right after World War II. What happened in World War II? We dropped the nuke. Maybe all of a sudden that was something that these outside alien groups, maybe they are observing Earth, but maybe more from a distance. And maybe all of a sudden they're like, whoa, these motherfuckers are dropping nukes.
You're saying everything I believe in.
First documented case.
So, first documented case was by John Rand Capron in 1880.
I'll take that.
1880.
I'll take that. Did it say where?
Is there any info about the precision of the crop circle? Like,
And I'm also curious about like why they look the way that they do. You know?
yeah,
That almost
it's
doesn't
like
make
it
sense.
looks
I'm like,
like
if a UFO is just landing, why is it like have these weird circles and makes nice little shapes? Like it looks aesthetically.
why would they
pleasing. I
need
don't
to
get
do
it.
that to communicate? Because we
And I
don't know
doubt
what
that.
that means.
I doubt that that's what they're doing. Right?
They're not communicating with us. They'd be communicating with each other.
And how common are crop circles in other countries? Are we
That'd
just
be
getting
like
them in
them
America?
waving from hella far away.
I have so many questions now. I don't know.
I want to call BS on crop circles.
I feel like they're a little BS. Back to the point.
I want aliens to be real.
I do think, if for argument's sake they are real and they have been coming more, I do think the nuke might have been a big part of that. That, and we finally got into space. We started launching probes. We started launching shuttles and rockets, and we went to the moon and everything else. So maybe there's waiting. You know, in Star Trek, right? They have the whole like, oh, we can't interfere the prime directive until they're warp capable. Well, maybe there's no such thing as that,
prime
like
directive.
warp capable, but maybe it's almost an alien equivalent of like, we have a checklist. Have they used a nuke yet? Have they gone into space at all? I don't know, maybe something like that.
So,
and that's why suddenly,
dude,